We all live life in a constant struggle with something. Finances, health, society, romantic relationships. But what would happen if we no longer had anything to struggle with? If there was no more room for progress? What would life look like if we had no challenges to overcome? If manifestation was instant? Maybe it would be fun at first, but very quickly we would get bored, and our life would become dull and meaningless. It's very easy to get lost in the chase that is present in today's world. It's easy to feel overwhelmed, easy to set goals whose achievement would lead to deliverance from all the problems we currently have. But it's important to understand that the problems we have are not just problems, but opportunities for us to grow, to get to know ourselves more deeply, and to test what we are made of. That's why we shouldn't focus on the goal, but on appreciating the current situation we have in life and on the process that leads to achieving the goal. When a meteor is falling on the city and needs to be destroyed, Genos wanted to destroy it, but he doubted himself and wondered what would happen if he didn't succeed. Bang interrupted him and told him not to think about failure, but to give his all. Again, we have a hint from the anime's author that the final goal is not as important, just as it's not important whether we succeed or not. These are not the things we should be thinking about when we want to do something. What we should do is give our best when we want to achieve something. For example, if you want to start a YouTube channel, like I did, don't think about all the things that could go wrong for you, that the algorithm won't support you, that no one will watch your videos, what other people will think, whether you'll succeed or not, whether someone edits videos better than you, whether you'll make it, whether the market is oversaturated. Who will watch your videos? Just give your best, and the rest will take care of itself. Find what you love to do it in your own original way, the way you think it should be done, and enjoy it without thinking about the final outcome. It's up to you to give your best and to be aligned with your original line, and your soul will take care of everything else. Notice that Saitama's student is actually a cyborg, Genos. Why did the creator of this cartoon specifically choose a cyborg to be Saitama's student? Genos wants to become stronger and believes he will succeed if he observes what Saitama does and how he behaves. Notice that Genos analyzes everything, even when he fights, and draws conclusions in a very logical way. So, what does the Genos represent in the anime? Genos represents the logical mind that analyzes everything and looks for a logical sequence behind every action. When Genos and Saitama are in the underground laboratory with the scientists who work on evolution, since everyone wants to know how Saitama became so strong, he decides to reveal it. The recipe is as follows: 100 push-ups, 100 squats, 100 sit-ups, followed by 10-kilometer run. He ate 3 meals a day, no use of air conditioning during summer or winter, because that's the way the mind is strengthened. Everyone is disappointed with this training because it's actually just a basic strength workout and isn't even that intense. But Saitama says that's literally all he did. Genos, like every hero and every monster, or at least most of them, is in search of ultimate strength. He lives with Saitama and believes that by analyzing his life, he will be able to discover the secret of ultimate strength. But that will never happen. Why, you ask? Because Genos is the logical mind, and the logical mind can never understand the original path, that is, the soul and its way of operating. But what it can do is follow and improve itself, just as Genos does. Saitama's recipe for ultimate strength or ultimate success is actually 2 things. Number 1, focus, and number 2, repetition. Saitama maintained his focus for a full 3 years without rest or skipping, as he himself says. Whenever it crossed his mind to skip a day, he never did, because he knew it was a trap, and he repeated the same exercises, the same activity, for 3 years without stopping and became a master of his craft. He didn't think about whether he would succeed or not. He didn't want to impress anyone. He didn't think if someone was stronger, better or smarter than him. He didn't compare himself to others. He found what he loves, devoted himself to it, and achieved his goal. Achieving goals can be as easy and simple as it's shown in the anime. We talked about the law of Givenness, which means that every person is given certain things they can or cannot achieve in life. And now we'll discuss the law of cause and effect, which is connected to the law of Givenness. Remember this: an effect never happens because of the cause. To understand this, imagine the following situation. You have a tree with a coconut. A bird lands on the coconut, and the coconut falls on the ground. Did the coconut fall because the bird landed on it, exerted a force, and knocked it down? The answer is no. Why? Because the coconut can also fall to the ground without the bird landing on it. So if something is destined to happen, it will happen, but not because of the obvious cause we can observe on the surface level. The reason Saitama succeeded in his goal is not because he trained harder than others, but because it was literally given to him. That is his original line. In other words, his training is not the cause of his infinite strength, which should be the effect. Other heroes also train, even monsters train. There are people who spend their whole lives practicing martial arts, and Saitama surpassed them all in just 3 years. I want you to understand one thing: what is given to you or not given to you is something you must discover. When you find out what it is you love to do, and you'll know this by answering the question, what would you do if you knew failure was impossible? Then it's necessary to fulfill the conditions that will lead you to your goal. So don't think about the end goal, just strive towards it. There's no logic involved. Your only task is to fulfill the condition. Striving is a condition, but it is not the cause of the effect that follows. In Saitama's case, he fulfilled the condition and it took him 3 years to reach his goal. That is, the consequence. But just because he succeeded doesn't mean that anyone else will be able to succeed by copying Saitama's method. We are all different, and each of us has a different original line in which our essence and strength lie. We all have different and original paths to reach our original line, just as we all have different fingerprints. It's impossible to copy the process for the final outcome, because the process is not the cause for achieving the consequence or outcome, but a condition. Remember Edison, who invented the first light bulb. He failed 99 times and only succeeded on the 100th attempt. Do you think there is something special about the number 100? Absolutely not. Does that mean that if you try to invent a light bulb, you would succeed only if you tried 100 times? Of course not. It was given to Edison to invent it, and in order to succeed, he needed to fulfill the condition, to strive for it, to strive for that goal, and in his case, that meant trying 99 times before succeeding on the 100th. It's not up to him to think about when or whether he'll succeed. If he sets a goal and enjoys it, success will happen. He just needs to stay focused and persist. Take the best tennis player, Novak Djokovic. Is he the only tennis player in the world who trains? No. All tennis players train. But it was given to Novak to be the very best of them. Does that mean Novak will automatically become the best just because it was given to him? No. He discovered what he loves to do, devoted himself to it, trained, fulfilled the condition, but the fact that he trained is not the reason why he's the best in the world. Because other players train too, yet they are nowhere near as good as he is. Logic plays no role here. And that's why the author decided to show that Genos, the cyborg, Saitama's student, who has the best possible analytical and logical mind, cannot understand in a logical way how Saitama became so strong. Now that you know these metaphysical principles of Givenness, cause, condition, and consequence, you can use them in your life when you want to achieve your goals. You should know that whatever goal you have in life, it's not up to you to think about how you'll reach it. What matters is that you walk the path, because as the Buddhist proverb says, the path is made by walking. Walk the path with focus and persistence. Stick to the things you love, fulfill the conditions, and the result will come on their own. My core soul athlete experience can help you discover your original goals that come from your soul and help you clear and become aware of all the goals that are not aligned with your original line. Those that were created as a response to pain from the past and as an attempt to avoid the pain in the present and future. Your original line is the place where you are the strongest and most sovereign, It's the reason you came to this world and what you are meant to share with this world and the people in it. If you build your life on pain and traumas from the past, if you play the game someone else imposed on you from the outside and invest your time and energy into it, you will never live your best life, nor will you succeed in what you want and be the best at it. Because what you do is not aligned with your soul, with your original line, and it's not the reason you came into this world. In life, there is only one way to fail: to not discover why you came to this world and do that thing. Success is not something that can be copied. Everyone has their own original path. Anyone trying to sell you a special formula for success is a conscious manipulator. If you listen to advice from self-proclaimed experts, you'll only waste your time, money and energy, and you won't achieve the same results as your mentors. Soul-authentic experience can help you with that first and most important step in life, to discover when the trauma in your life happened, the one on which you've based your entire life. Once you remove it from your system, the consequence is direct communication with your original line, your soul, your mission and your purpose. Check it out, link is in the description.